looked at this this thing we call straight jacket a couple of times, where you take two hands, you grab this here, you yank it off, or you can use the Kimura break, right? And then you shoot your hand under and grab across. And now you got the guy locked down, he ain't going nowhere, right? And then we talked about how many different positions that we can go for here, which we're gonna go over. But I wanna look at just something where you can get it from a different angle. Sometimes you're up with a guy, you're here, and he goes for a deep underhook. Deep under, he comes here. You can hand it off to here like this, and then pull. Cole does this crap all the time, right? And then we've got our three immediate go-tos, right? First one here is we're grabbing the far gi with these knuckles. We're pushing and pulling now our knuckles into his Adam's apple, right? He reaches up and pulls the hand off though. You escape completely and you go to the side and you pull like that. Same thing, guys. The first one using these knuckles, the second one using these knuckles. And the third one, which is kind of my personal favorite, is a little higher level because there's a bait involved here. The guy's trying to get his arm out and you're squeezing it tight. You're making him think that he's getting it. So you're like this, and all of a sudden, boom! And you're in that exact place. And the way you're gonna do it is almost like a Kimura grip. So again, you're here, you got this locked up here. He usually puts his hand on your belly or something he's trying to pull his arm out. And now, honestly, he shouldn't be able to pull his arm out. But you all of a sudden, oh no, you're so strong. Black belt's so strong. He pulls it out. Now, if he bends his arm that way like that, that's no problem, guys. Just sleep right to your omoplata. But most of the time, guys are going straight out. They want their arm out, so they pull straight out. Go, just sit back, and yes, like that. That's what they do. Believe it or not, guys are that dumb. And he pull it, and he's just, what he's trying to wait for. Let's say I wasn't faking him. What he's doing is waiting for me to loosen and yank it all at once. Boom, and now he's out. And in his head, that's what he thinks is gonna happen. But what's happening here is I'm like, oh my goodness, he's so strong. I can't. He goes to yank it, boom, and I stop it right there. You see the grip I have?
Right on the elbow.
Shoulder, elbow, then I keep more grip. You guys see it?
Sir.
You guys want to try that sequence?
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3. We're circling out. I grab the other side of his gi, and I step to the side, pull him into my guard. This is how I entered it, right? I've got this thing real deep. Let's just look at the details. Caesars, no wonder you guys never freaking know the stupid things. I don't mean to bother your morning doopy. Okay, I've got him here. My arm and the other side is locked down, guys. This is gonna be the easier one. These knuckles go here to here. I grab the far gi. I get his neck sweat all under my fingernails, and I grab it here. Now to finish this here, I'm pulling and pushing. It's like this. That's the motion, here to here. He's gonna tap immediately. It's the Adam's apple smasher. But he decides he doesn't want it, so he sees it coming, he does that. You see how he leans to that side? This is the trick. Keeping this guard over the top, plant the foot, come all the way out, guys. He thinks you're going for the arm bar. He gives it to you. These knuckles now. And what's happening here, guys, this side here is cutting the carotid here, and these knuckles are literally folding his carotid in half. This is a sleeper. So you first have your Adam's apple smash, and then your sleeper. Now let's look real quick at the arm bar, and let me show you the details of that. I have this thing tight with the arm bar. Now higher level guys, they're gonna grab the top of your gi, he's gonna take his hand, he's gonna put it on my, put more on my belly. Yes, this is where he's gonna be. Now he's trying to outsmart me. I'm gonna hold his arm. He's waiting to feel the pressure. And when it's gonna go, when it's gonna, what's called ebb and flow, wane and strengthen. As I hold it tight and I weaken, just to let it go, he's yanking his arm out, boom, and it's out.
Limp arm, right?
Some guys limp arm. That's what Jason did too. Because it's a higher level, it's a more of a black belt thing. So you're here, now I've got to be a step ahead of him. As I feel him start to pull, I make him think I'm getting weak. Now as you see how he turns his arm down? I'm turning with his arm, guys. You see how I did that? I'm feeling for the elbow with my forearm, and I'm adjusting the grip of my hand. If it's here, I'm not getting the arm bar, but I've got to make his arm bend backwards. So the pressure where I put my hand really is important as to how I'm bending the arm. Now some guys are stupid and they pull their arm square straight up, and they pull straight up and you just go like this. That's easy, but most guys are smart. They start to bend their arm down and you go off to the side, you get it to the bottom, and you use the different pressure. Now there's no explanation I can give you guys for that thing. You're just gonna have to feel your way through it.
Sure.
Okay, so let's do it a couple more times and come back and adjust it. 1, 2, 3. Nicole uses it on me now and I can't stand it. So,
Never let me get it now.
so what happens is me and Cole are always scrapping, and of course, how's a big fat jiu-jitsu guy gonna get to a wrestler, right? But I think I'm something, and I always wind up here, just like this. Come to the inside, Brian.
Yes, sir.
Show them what you do.
So you feed the same lock. It's the straight jacket lock here, which by the way you could fall back to your straight jacket if you wanted and start on what we just did. But instead, you feed your straight jacket lock using your other hand, your free
And now
hand.
stop. I feel pretty strong here because I think as long as I hold his leg, he's not getting nothing on me. That's the way you feel.
And you almost say, okay, well, he's starting to take me down, right? He's reeling in the leg. He's taking me down. Go ahead, Ryan. So, my grip here. So the grip is straight jacket, top of the neck, nails in, get some skin on your way in, and then you reel them back into your straight jacket that we just did, and you bring that like down like a bread cutter, boom, and it is tight. Really tight.
It's hard. Do the pizza, he laughs.
So again, you kind of, boom, this is great. Oh man, he's got me, or do I got him? We're kind of like, he's got me really deep, but I'm giving him a nice hip, a nice sprawl. I kept him out in front of me. So I've done some things right. I feed, using my far hand, throw that lapel down into my hand. Now I have my straight jacket. This is coming in right along the vertebrae. And my goal is now to get that elbow down into that pocket. If he bites that elbow and keeps me from getting it down in there somehow, then I won't be able to, get to submit. But I even pull him back into here. So now it's the same thing. Pull with that right hand that's on the straight jacket and push through all the way across his chin with the other hand.
Wuss.
Jason, do it. Let him walk you through it. Go, Jason, please. So Jay, you do it. Let Cole walk you through it. Okay. Where do you see this thing go? It's so you.
On the inside post there?
No,
Just kinda
go
going.
shoot a single. Grab a single.
Take down your outside single kind of.
If you're gonna shoot a single like that, you're gonna get freaking killed.
Head inside. There you go. Good.
There you go.
Give him a half sprawl. Okay, we're both kind of fighting. He's got your leg, maybe you got his. There you go. You fed it. Great. Yeah, that's it. That's all.
Jason,
That's all there is to
did
it.
you know it? It's nice, right?
Yeah, then he can't even roll.
Can't roll.
They
Oh
can't
no.
move. No.
Listen, worse than that.
This thing.
From the top, this is what he thinks he wants to be. Like when he first did this to me the first few times, I'm like, could you please tell me what you're doing? Because I have his single, and I'm yanking his single, and he's exactly what he wants me to do, is take him down so he
It's
can.
not hard.
Not hard at all.
No, we have to keep that out.
It's just filthy tight, man.
Yeah, that's what
It's filthy tight.
Yeah.
Can you do this if the guy is just twirling? He's not grabbing your leg?
That's what you just did. That's what I was gonna ask. Yeah. You just do it
I don't know,
from
Cole?
roll.
But he sets it up from the single like all the time.
I
which is-
want to have a single, but like, let's say he says, no, I'm not I'm just gonna turtle like you did, like you take your hand off and you say, okay, now I'm gonna start defending. This is what Ryan does to me. He says, okay, no, I'm gonna defend, and I don't really know exactly how you avoid it from here.
I don't know. I just
don't let you
grab me.
But no, what he does is he falls straight over to his left hip, boom, and he starts to fight here and keeps me from getting my elbow down. And now, if he rolls to his back, fine. But I've essentially gained side control. But from here, yeah, it's just I like.
You're so
Look at
ingrained
my
in your
leg.
head
You're
to
like,
snatch
look
that
at my
single.
leg, take my leg,
Right.
and then you just fall. And
they go right into
I want my knee to peek out though. That's one thing I've noticed. If you can't manage somehow, if he crushes your legs, boom, now you're here. A little more difficult to finish, definitely there. But I like to peek my knee out. So when I drag him back into my straitjacket, I get that knee up, boom, and now we're here. Or if he somehow fights it, you got all the other stuff that you just.
You got all the other stuff.
Yes, it's that same setup. All right, guys, let's do a guy with more dexterity in their arm. They can grab here and drop. But bigger guy, grab across to the side. Just grab. If you guys see,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
grabbing immediately there.
Yeah.
Comes right into it. So you don't have to grab here and drop your arm down like Cole's doing. Bigger guys with less movement can grab right here and just drop to it. Now the most important thing Cole taught us, keep this knee out, guys. If you fall here and you're like this, he's jumping around and now it's like a big fight. But if you can fall, come back, and your knee comes out here, it's over. Okay? Get a drink, let's roll.